Young. 92. This is what? 92. Number 94 is Christina Schilling. Like that's a tip right there. Yeah, not bad.
Next, please. Okay, ladies, face the back. Face the front. Okay, Chip.
Bring a trailer? No, man, a little far.
Judges on your score sheet change 100 to 105. Number 98. Let's stop there. All right, ladies, face the back. There's a blue line, walk to it. Face the front. We switch 98 and 79. Right next to each other. Walk back to the line. One more time, face the back. Face the front. And I need you to square up to the front and be directly facing no twisting. We're going to verify your numbers. Okay, ladies, thank you very much. Number 60, 97.
Pre-judging this morning, how was the experience?
Nerve-wracking before I stepped on stage, which is really weird because I wasn't even nervous the whole time until like right before stepping on. But it was great. It was a fun experience. Had a lot of fun despite the the look on my face that I had.
No, I think you didn't look nervous. I mean, it looked graceful.
Okay, thank you. No, I looked at the pictures my husband took, and I was like, I look so angry. Just like, okay, I need to fix my face.
The prep for you, tell us about it. Was it emotional?
It was in the beginning. So I had hired someone to help me. I've never hired a coach before, so I've always done all my own prep. And I'm getting ready for nationals in Miami here soon. So I was like, I want to hire someone who, this is their thing. And, the first 4 weeks they weren't what I was expecting. A lot of issues happened, and there wasn't really any kind of solution to the issues. And it just kind of put me in a bad place. Just like with coaching and stuff like that, kind of just left me not in a good place with it. So I stepped away and took back, the reins and did my own prep. So that was fun, and I did a lot. I did a lot this time, and it's been a very fun and rough ride, but worth it. Yeah.
Are you someone who grinds it out and does anything to get through it?
Yeah. So my preps are usually like pretty easy, so to speak. 8 weeks usually gets me to where I feel comfortable and good. And this prep was, like I said, it was hard in the beginning, but then once I took it back, I just worked and grind. And my workouts, I went back to my style of working out, which I love. A mix of powerlifting with bodybuilding, and a little bit of Olympic lifting. So that's fun. The macros and everything, I did it mostly myself. I would have a friend kind of give me some advice, like, oh, maybe you should tweak this. Okay, cool. So kind of tweak it for a week or two, see what happens, and then if it didn't work, go back to what I was doing. If it did, stay the same. So I did have at least someone I could bounce ideas off of, which is great. So it's always good to have those kinds of people in your corner. Sorry, there's a fly.
Competing, it lights a fire in you?
Oh yeah, I feel like I was born to be on stage since I was a little kid. I grew up, being in gymnastics and cheerleading, but I did a lot of singing, and that is what got me friendly, associated with the stage and good and comfortable. So went to my first bodybuilding competition, and I was like, okay, I feel like I could do that. So I worked for it, and my first show was the Europa. Did figure and weighed 96, 97 pounds. Yeah. So, and ever since then, it's like, okay, I want to do this and I want to do it well. So that's what I've stuck to.
What do you think Nationals is going to be like?
Oh, Nationals I know is going to be tough. I just know it. I feel it. I watch the girls years, every single year, the girls get, better, more muscular, tighter. It's just kind of, whatever the judges are looking for that day too. I know that they have their criteria that they've set this year, what they want, but you never really do know what they want. So you got to just bring your best and just hope for the best when you're there. I'm hoping for a really great outcome, but you don't want to get your hopes too high.
A lot of people, they come up to you, they're inspired by you?
I feel like they do. I feel like that. I get a lot of messages and a lot of, comments and stuff from people back home, or people that train in the area and stuff. And they're just like, you're such an inspiration and this and that, especially bouncing back from, the setback that I had this year. So it's very uplifting, and it makes me feel good to know that I'm impacting people on a positive level, rather than just being another Instagram girl showing my butt and in a butt selfie or anything like that. So it's very nice. Yeah, I think so.
What do you think? Just two more questions. Stage presence. What does it take to be good at that?
I still don't feel like I have my stage presence down to a T, but really just finding your inner Beyonce. Finding your inner Beyonce and just rocking it out and just having a good time. Have fun with it. Know your angles, really well. Make sure that you can do it from both sides of the stage, and just have that confidence. Confidence speaks volumes. And it really like makes you stand out against some, of any big group of girls. If you stand up there, stand tall, show your best side and a good smile, or at least like some kind of like Tyra Banks smizing that I think I kind of do sometimes. I think that's, yeah.
Will you please sing us a Beyonce song?
No, I'm so dehydrated. My vocals suck right now.
That's true.
But all the single ladies.
Let's leave with motivation. Advice for people, they may be lacking that. What would you say to them if they're struggling to eat clean and work out?
Just stay with it, because it'll pay off in the end. I could have easily thrown in the towel a couple of times and just not competed this year and held off and do it again another year. But, grinding it out, just having fun with it, bring back the fun factor is a big motivation for me. When it becomes a chore, it's not fun anymore, and it doesn't motivate you to want to do anything. Don't compare yourself to other people. Compare yourself to yourself. Always take photos and compare yourself to years past or months or days, because you see yourself every day and you don't see the transition or the transformation that's happening right before your eyes. Everyone else can see it but you, and that's, I think, what affects a lot of people to not be motivated. They don't see it.
Thank you so much for your time. I know you're super busy on show day. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.